That's right, your boy got real good on Katarina. Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to another Wild Rift video. And today I'm gonna teach you guys how to dominate the game on a champion that is still broken, which is Katarina. Guys, Katarina kept getting nerfs and nerfs and nerfs, but she's still so strong. I don't want to scream right now because it's 2 a.m. but she's so strong if you just know how to make her work. So in today's video I'm going to explain to you everything you need to know about Katarina, but in the beginning part of the video I'm going to explain to you how to build Katarina. There's timestamps in the description to skip to the gameplay immediately. So building Katarina is really important to do right. Let me first go over a different build, which is this one. The difference really is Hextech Gunblade. So why do I not like Hextech Gunblade? So let me tell you. First of all, the damage that it gives doesn't really scale well into the late game. As you can see, it gives you 100 to 200 damage. It scales with levels. So when you're level 1, it gives you 100 magic damage. And then when you're level 15, it only doubles it. And it also only has a 30% AP ratio. This is on the initial hit. You know, when you throw your first ability on the enemy, on the initial hit, it deals a lot of burst damage. However, the stats are just not good. Like if you compare it with other items, what the other items give, this one, like, it's only good in the early game. This is an early game item, and it's just not really worth getting, in my opinion. And the vampirism is also not really worth it, in my opinion. Now, what is worth it is still this item, Haunting Guys. I did it after 20 million videos of mispronouncing this item, and after 20,000 comments telling me it's not Haunting Goose, it's Haunting Guys. I did it, baby. Yes. So Haunting Guys, I have to get used to this. Even though they nerfed this item, it's still worth it. It gives you 200 max health, which is huge in the early game, because when you're level 1, you only have like 600, 700 health. And it also gives you 25 ability power, and then the passive as well, which gives you 6% bonus damage after 5 seconds, which is also decent. So this is the absolute perfect item on Katarina to get in the early game. And then after that, you go for the Infinity Orb. The only weakness of going for this combo is during the first dragon, you're not gonna have a whole item. What you are gonna have during the first dragon is this combo, which is the Haunting Guys and the Prophet's Pendant. It's gonna give you 50 ability power, which is quite decent, 15 flat magic penetration, which is really good, and then of course the bonus max health. So you're gonna be quite tanky, and you're also gonna have a decent amount of damage. Of course, you're gonna be significantly weaker than if you would have gone for a Hextech Gunblade during the first dragon fight, but after that it only becomes better. So yeah, with this build, it scales perfectly into the late game. So you go for the Infinity Orb next. This is a really solid item, but this is not really where your power spike fully lies yet. I mean, it's good, like this one is good when you're entering a fight that has already been going on. You know, when a fight is already going on, everyone is at 50% HP, then this item is gonna allow you to completely clear out the fight. And then here we get, oh yeah, by the way, you want to get boots here. You want to get the boots here. Mercury Threats. I generally go for Mercury Threats because you don't want to get Chain CC'd on a Katarina. Don't go for Ionian Boots of Lucidity, because the main reason is when you get a kill or an assist, you reset your abilities anyway, so you don't really need an Ionian Boots of Lucidity. You're much better off going for Mercury Threats because it gives you that 35% tenacity, which is huge. It reduces the stance, taunts, everything. So I actually almost always go for this one. And then you go for the big item, the big Rabadon's Death Cap. This is really where all your damage is going to come from. After you get this item, your daggers are going to deal huge damage. Huge damage. This is where you enter the late game Katarina, and you're just going to deal so much damage, guys. Then after that, make sure you get the Void Staff. In every single game, you have to get the Void Staff because it's just worth it to have that 40% magic penetration. It's totally worth it. Never ever go for any other item. And then you go for the Leandry's Torment. This is just to finish off this item because it's going to be pretty cheap. Like after you get the Haunting Guys, the Leandry's is going to be very cheap, like what, 1,750 gold or 1,850, something like that. And then after that, it's completely situational. Do you need a Crystaline's Reflector because the enemy has a lot of attack damage? You go for Crystaline's Reflector. Do you need even more anti-healing than your ultimate? Then you go for the Green Book. And honestly, the Green Book is the item to go for if you have no idea what you need, because there is really no other item here that is good on Katarina. No item at all. Like, you don't want to go for Ludens. Nothing. Really nothing. That's why the Green Book is like your backup item. If you have no idea what to go for, just go for the Green Book. By the way, if you're against a full attack damage enemy, which I was in today's game, you start with the Crystaline's Refractor right here as your very first item, guys. And then for your enchantment, let's see. I really like Stasis Enchant because if you're in a very bad position, after you did your full engage, stasis is gonna save you from death, and then after the stasis goes away, after 2.5 seconds, you might have your third ability to dash away, right? That's kind of the point of it. I mean, Protobelt, nah, I would never go for Protobelt. Yeah, honestly, just stasis. I would only go for stasis on Katarina. For the runes, you want to go for Conqueror, because you're a team fighting champion, and Conqueror is gonna help you stack up that damage in a team fight. For your second rune, I go for Triumph. Again, a team fighting rune. You could go for some other runes as well, like a Brutal that's going to help you in the early game in your lane deal some damage. But the thing is, Triumph is better if you want to completely wipe enemy teams. This one is really going to help you stay healthy and also finish off low enemies, because it deals 3% bonus damage to enemies that are low, which you may think is not a lot, but it matters, especially when you combine it with the Infinity Orb. You're really gonna be demolishing enemies when they're at low HP. Then as your third one, I generally go for Hunter Titan, because as I said, tenacity. That's pretty much the only thing that can hold you back as a Katarina is CC. You know, when you're against a Twisted Faith, the yellow card is gonna stun you for so long and they can just kill you. But if you have the Hunter Titan and the Mercury Thread, you're gonna have so much tenacity that any stun, charm, anything like that is not going to be super long, so you can just escape out of it. Then for your fourth rune, you go for Sweet Tooth, because Sweet Tooth is broken. For your spells, you go for Flash and Ignite. Not a barrier, because let me tell you why Ignite is actually better, because you can finish off an enemy with it. Like when you're in a team fight and you just want to get one kill really fast. That's the point of Katarina. I'll get more into that during the gameplay. And Ignite helps you secure that one kill. Like when you're on an enemy and he's very low, you want to kill that one enemy. Like you really want to kill that enemy Jinx. While you're going in on her, you use your Ignite on her as well to maximize your damage. Alright, enough about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. Alright, on to the gameplay, and I already have a smile on my face, and I'm quickly gonna say I want to bring out these real fun videos. And if this video reaches 1,000 likes on the first day, I'm gonna upload an Annie video tomorrow. I'm playing a lot of Annie these days, and I got real good at Annie as well. So if this video reaches 1,000 likes, I'm gonna bring out an Annie video tomorrow. And let me know in the comments what champion you want to see. And look, I know Yasuo. I know the majority is gonna say Yasuo. I know. But just let me know anyways, okay? Because I definitely do look at the comments. A lot of people have been asking me to play Katarina, and you know, I played like, I think for this video, I played like 50 games of Katarina on top of what I had already played, because Katarina is a hard champion. Let me tell you that already about the Katarina, because don't expect to be going into a match getting good results on Katarina. By the way, what I'm gonna do in this laning matchup here, I was actually testing out some stuff, which is the cooldown of my third ability, because it changes. Like when you dive on an I actually don't even know what it is anymore. Yeah, so when you go into a dagger that is landing, it resets the cooldown completely. But when you dash to a dagger and then you catch it, the cooldown actually becomes like 2 seconds. As you can see, when you walk into your dagger, the cooldown of your third ability completely resets. And here, look at that. When you dash to the dagger, the cooldown becomes 2 seconds. And I actually, like, I already kind of knew. Here, I was just testing it. Like, trust me, guys, I was actually just testing it here because I already knew about this difference. But I just wanted to make sure, so I'm gonna repeat. When you walk into an already existing dagger, the cooldown of your third ability fully resets. And as you can see, when you actually dash to the dagger, so when you use your third ability to dash to that dagger, it doesn't fully Jesus, I forgot the word. The cooldown doesn't fully go away. So what can you take out of that in a team fight when your dagger is super close to you? Instead of dashing to it with your third ability, it might be better to walk into it. Because when you walk into it, the cooldown of your third ability is gonna get refreshed fully instead of the 2 seconds. Because 2 seconds are huge for Katarina. It's huge. So keep that in mind. You know, when you're in a team fight and you throw your dagger, you can actually use your third ability to dash to an enemy, and that dash to an enemy that is close to your dagger. You really have to open your ears and listen carefully to me. So I'm gonna repeat. You throw your dagger into a team fight. Like, let's say I throw it behind the Aurelia. What you have to do then is not dash to your dagger, but dash to the Aurelia and then walk into your dagger, because then the cooldown of your third ability is gonna get fully refreshed instead of the 2-second cooldown, guys. So keep that in mind, okay? Alright, so what is Katarina good at? Okay, we all know that everyone says that Katarina's broken, blah blah blah, but what is she really good at? Let me tell you. So she's good at team fights, she's also good at ganking, and she's good at turret diving. So with Katarina, so there you saw again the cooldown was pretty long, but yeah, with Katarina you have to understand that your limit is where the sky lies. And what I mean with that, she doesn't have a limit, because all you really need is kill an enemy. And when you kill an enemy, you can escape from anything. So I'm gonna give you guys an example. Let's say you want to turret dive an enemy and you're pretty low. What you can do is, with Katarina, she's super fast. She's fast as lightning. So you dive them, you kill them, you only take 1 turret shot, and then after you kill them, it's gonna reset your abilities. And then you can use your third ability to boom, dash out immediately. You'll see me do it many times in this game. So let's take a look at this, by the way. They're pretty low here, Leon and the Ezreal. Oh, he actually flashed away. Yeah. Ezreal might be a little of an annoying matchup, but let's take a look at this. Oh, they're all low, guys. So I killed Ezreal here. They're all so low. Shyvana's low. Like, you can clearly see that if you just kill one enemy, you're gonna wipe the entire team. They have no chance to win the fight as long as you just get that single kill, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna reset all of your abilities, and there's already gonna be a few daggers on the ground because you threw them beforehand. Then you can throw even more daggers because you reset them all, and you can just dance around and kill all of them. Oh, he tried to kill me. I'm just standing far away from him and I'm securing the kill with my ultimate. And then I'm of course not gonna go in because it's a bit too far, but there you saw, that was just a very clean fight on Katarina. Like, all I did was get 1 kill and then I completely wiped the entire enemy team. And in this game I'm actually going for a Crystalline's Reflector first item because the enemy is full attack damage. This is the single best item to go for if the enemy is full attack damage. The combination of Crystalline's Reflector and then the armor boots. These are the 2 things that you want to go for if the enemy is full attack damage, and you're going to be so tanky and also going to do a lot of damage. There you saw again, I dashed to a minion. That's why the cooldown refreshed super fast, guys. These are also the little things that you have to understand on Katarina. By the way, if there are any Katarina mains out there, if you could write like a super long comment explaining really everything you need to know about Katarina, because I'm doing that during the video already, but of course there are people that have played like 500 games of Katarina. If you can write in a comment like a lot of... Look at this. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at that. How disgusting is that? It snowballs so hard when you just get 1 kill. It snowballs so hard. But what I was gonna say is, if you're like a main Katarina of 500 games, could you please just like put all the tips and tricks that you have in a comment, and the best one that I'm gonna find in the comments I'm actually gonna pin so other people can read through that while watching the game as well. So if you're like a really good Katarina player and notice any mistakes that I make in the video or any wrong thing that I mention, or if you have stuff to add, put it in a comment and I'm gonna pin it if it's a good comment. Okay. So as a Katarina, you really want to be looking at ganks, because as I said, you're really good at ganking. Like as you can see here, of course I'm going to rotate. I'm not going to push, I'm going to rotate, because you're really, really good at doing ganks. There it is. No easy kill. Oh, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Like, the reason that I did my full engage there on the Ezreal, because I knew that all I needed was a single kill, and then I was going to be able to kill all of them and escape as well. Oh, if only he didn't have a barrier. And the Nunu says, okay, you are next level. Oh, that's funny, man. The Nunu's like, okay, you're next level, man. uh, oh yeah, the Riven also said new Katarina video. That's funny. Yeah. Aww. I had pretty nice teammates, as you can see. So you know what the stupid thing is about Katarina, really? Even if you're super behind in the game, all you need is one team fight. Like, Katarina really perfectly... Katarina is a perfect example of a champion that can capitalize on mistakes of the enemies. So, you know, of course when an enemy makes a mistake, any champion can get kills. But the thing about Katarina is, if a single enemy champion makes a mistake, positioning mistake, you know, giving you a free kill, Katarina might actually be wiping the entire team out. That's the thing with Katarina. So Leona made a mistake here. I reset all of my abilities, but... And then you can see how it's gonna snowball already. Like, I'm diving, getting even more kills, then I killed the Irelia. Where did all this start? Where did all this start? With the Leona overextending. This is just a simple example, but this can also happen in a game where you're super behind. Never ever give up when you're Katarina, or when you have a Katarina in your team. Because as I said, Katarina is... It's same like Master Yi. If a single enemy makes a mistake, you can wipe the whole entire team. Because you reset all of your abilities, except for your ultimate. You actually take 15 seconds away from the abilities. So, when you play Katarina, never give up, keep going, and all you need is one team fight. One good team fight for yourself, and you're gonna kill all of them. So let's take a look at this. All of the enemies are low. I have an Infinity Orb. I have Triumph. Let's take a look at this. Is anything gonna happen here? Oh my god. Okay. It was really obvious what my mistake was here. Let's actually rewind. I'm gonna show you guys what the mistake was. This was a free pentakill, but I made a really obvious mistake. Oh, sorry. Let's go back a little further. So let me tell you what the mistake was before I enter the fight, so you guys can also see it. My mistake was that I was overconfident in my damage. What I did is I just engaged and used my ultimate, thinking that I would just kill all of them with it. But no. What I should have done is I should have used both my daggers, my first ability and my second ability, and while using my ultimate, I should have actually walked into those daggers to secure the kills. So let's roll the clip and see what happened. I only used my ultimate to deal damage. Take a look at this. So I did use my first ability. Actually, yeah, I did, but I didn't walk into it. Look at this. Imagine if I had walked into that dagger while using my ultimate. I would have definitely killed the Shyvana, reset all of my first 3 abilities, and wiped all of them. I would have gotten a pentakill there if I had walked backwards instead of forwards, because I thought in my mind, I'm super ahead anyways, so I'm gonna kill them anyways. No. Keep in mind that I know that the ultimate deals a decent amount of damage, but it doesn't do all, it's not enough. You need your daggers as well to finish off those enemies, because your daggers is where the real damage comes from. So there, I should have walked into my dagger there. I would have gotten a pentakill, definitely. Like, it was 100% pentakill right there. But here one of them is low again, which is the Riven. And there you can see that I learned from my mistake, and I did use both of my daggers, which made me secure the kills. So you can see that I actually learned perfectly during that scenario. I saw that during that fight, I knew exactly what my mistake was. Like, right after that fight, I was like, okay, I didn't get the pentakill because I was too greedy and didn't walk into my daggers. So there, I made sure that I threw 2 daggers before using my ultimate. You're gonna be maximizing your damage on a Katarina when you do that. So it's very, very important. Even if you're super ahead, use the daggers, guys. Don't just use the ultimate. It's not supposed to just solo carry team fights. There it is. That's more like it. That's more how you want to be carrying those fights. And what you saw there is also I used my third ability on the enemy champion, not on my dagger. And I'm gonna go back to the beginning part of the video where I said that if you use your third ability on a dagger, the cooldown is gonna be like 1 or 2 seconds. But when you use it on an enemy champion or anything else and then walk into your dagger, the cooldown is gonna be fully refreshed. Yeah, I talk so much during my videos, to be honest. Sometimes I feel like it's a bit too much. I sometimes also see comments under my videos like, yeah man, you talk too much during your videos. It's, oh, what's gonna happen here? My team is going a bit too far. I can't really engage into that, to be honest. But the Shyvana is low. That's where my eyes are on. Your eyes have to be on the enemies that are low. If you can spot a free kill, that's when you go in. Of course, I went out there with my third ability because I would have died otherwise. And that's another good use of your third ability. Not only good to engage, but also when you're in a sticky situation, all you have to do is walk into one of your daggers, and then you can use your third ability to engage out. Here I'm just waiting for the perfect moment to engage. I'm not gonna engage with my team initially, I'm just waiting for it. Oh, I misused my ultimate there. But I'm still killing all of them. Yeah. I used my ultimate before engaging. That was actually a misclick. I meant to first engage with my third ability and then use my ultimate. That was so stupid. Man, Katarina is such a stupid champion, honestly. Am I gonna be able to kill him? Probably not. Because it's a Riven. You're not really that strong at 1v1s, by the way. The only ways you're strong at 1v1, or the only scenarios you're strong at 1v1s is against very squishy enemies, like an Ezreal or something like that. You can, of course, almost one-shot them in 1v1s. But against bruisers like Fiora, Riven, Irelia, you're really never gonna win 1v1s as a Katarina, even if you're very ahead. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this Katarina video. I wonder if I'm gonna have to make an Annie video. But yeah. Here you can see MVP. How much damage did I deal? 23,000. Yeah, I pretty much carried that game, as you can see. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. And yeah, I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye-bye.